Alright, well I made a mistake when I put these in. I left the nut just a little too tight. And what that did was this corner right here was bottoming out on some of these braces. So what I did is I just backed these lag bolts out and ran it through my table saw on a 45 just to remove a little bit of material. That way I've got a slight gap in between this brace and the leg. First time I've done this, so you live and learn. Won't do it next time. But anyway, I've got them all screwed it down in place, and now I can just tighten these up. And there we go. Alright, well I just flipped it over and tried to rock it around, and it's pretty level as it is. Now we can start in on this center box. Because it is a children's table, I'm going to do just a two-side and a bottom tray, basically, right here in the middle. And when I start laying my top slats, I'm going to start at the side of the tray and move out, and start at the side and move out. And that will leave me, like I said, a tray on the middle. But I'm going to take some more slats and cut them to fit. That way, just at first glance, it'll appear that it's a straight tabletop. But, you can lift these two pieces out, or however many pieces it is. You can lift it out, and you'll have, a small storage spot for crayons or pencils or whatever the case may be. This is going to be a children's table, like I said, so they'll find some use for it. Alright, so I've taken one of these wider slats, and I just cut it to length to fit on the inside. And my cutoffs just happen to be the perfect length for me to space from the top to where I want this surface to start. And I want some type of surface where I can go from this board nailing up into this board. Reason being is that from the outside it's recessed underneath it, that way you can't see it looking through. So just use these little pieces of scrap, a bunch of glue, some brad nails. I'm not worried about my glue squeeze out because this is all a rough project. And I'm just going to let that dry. It might aid in some of the strength. But anyway, I'm going to paint several layers of paint on this entire project. So not worried about that at all. And the simple tray is done. I've had one piece that was slightly high, so I just left it above, and I'll come back with a block plane and plane that down so the top sits on it nice and smooth. This is ugly, this is getting the job done, this is recycling, so nothing is perfect here, and like I said, it's going to get several coats of paint, so I'm not really worried about glue squeeze out and aesthetics and all that good stuff, so it's going to be very functional. Alright, I think the best design for my benches is going to be two of my wider planks, some that don't have any splits in them. And I've taken some of these structural members and I've cut them down. As you can see, that's what this one used to be. And I've cut them down so I have a leg here and another leg. And I'll take the remaining piece and I'll cut it to length. Cut it to length so it'll fit right here. That'll give me a nice strong end connection. I'll take another piece, cut off the bad, and whatever my distance in the middle is, I'll put that right in between, covering up this seam right here, putting everything together, and do the same thing on this side. It'll give me a decent set of legs, and I'm not going that tall with this because it is a shorter table by a couple inches, children's table, so I think I'm going to have enough to do two benches like this, which will go on either side, and then I'll try and make some longer one or just some oddball, maybe just a tad higher to go on this third side. So I'm going to get a couple of these put together and see what we get. Alright, one down, one more to go that's identical to this for the other side, and hopefully a longer one to go on the long end of the table. Alright, I've got both benches built. And the top is just laid out on there to see how much material I was going to use, what layout I wanted. So it's just sitting there for right now. I'm going to turn my attention to a longer bench if possible. I've got 2 more structural members left that are actually strong and sturdy. This one is just absolutely riddled with nails. I don't think I can use it. Maybe, maybe not. But the problem with these are, I don't know if you can see it, but the one on the left bows down like this, and the one on the right bows up like this. They're riddled with nails, so I obviously can't run them through the table saw to straighten out one edge. So our plan is to just space them out like so, put a short piece of the pallet on the sides, create a small little box, and maybe a skinny pallet piece this way and this way to create an L-shaped leg on all 4 corners, and then cut down to make the pallets, to make the slats run this way on this particular bench. And I would like to make this one maybe 2 inches taller. The whole table is a couple inches shorter than standard. The benches are just I think I put them at 15.5 inches. So maybe just add another little dimension to this, a little higher bench. But I don't know how this is going to work because these are all twisted. So I'm just going to put it together real quick, and if it doesn't work, you know what, I tried. And no harm, no foul. So I've got this bench frame put together with some screws and nails. And I've got a stack of the legs cut, and I cut them a couple inches longer. I think I'm at 17 inches. And making L-shaped legs. And what they're going to do is just straddle this corner and go in like so. However, oh, sorry for the lighting. However, I'm just gluing and screwing these together with 3 screws. I don't really trust where this leg touches the floor in this joint. So what I did is I just took one of these pieces of pallets and I ripped them down into a 45 triangle, and I'm just going to glue and brad nail all of that together with a lot of glue, and that's going to go on the floor side of this leg. So hopefully that'll strengthen it up and this thing won't break a couple of years down the road. Alright, I've already got a couple of these slats screwed in, and all I'm doing is just putting a bead of glue and a screw on either side. These slats are just some of the wider stock from the pallet that I've cut, so there's an overhang on both sides. But I'm just using a fine thread screw, and hopefully that shouldn't split. This is all hardwoods. It's older hardwoods and well seasoned, but it shouldn't split. Now it's time for the slats on the table itself. However, I don't want to just make a solid run of the slats going across because it's going to bow in the middle. These aren't that strong. So I think I've got 2 more structural members over there, and I'm going to cut them to fit right in the middle over here to the middle over here. Screw them in from the sides. It'll be nice and strong, and that'll prevent the top pieces from bowing down. Alright, so I've already done the other side. It's complete. And here's that center divider I was talking about. And I'm just spreading a layer of glue, a bead of glue all the way around the perimeter and also on this. And I'm just starting from the center out. That way I have a relative space in the middle for my pieces to cover up the tray. So in no particular order, just trying to make sure that I have somewhat halfway decent matching seams. So I don't know if that one's going to work there or not. It's got too much of a gap. So just find the next one that will work. Alright, both sides of the table are done, so now I'm going to focus my attention on this center section. And it's just going to be 2 planks with some backing material, screwing them all together. Just have 2 planks, ripped them to a little bit thinner width than normal just to fit in there. And I've cut some just oddball size scraps, nothing measured, just eyeballed to tie everything together. So I'm going to glue these together, get them all screwed down, put them in, and start sanding. Alright, just getting in from work, and I painted the bottoms of these blue last night, so that has been sitting overnight, and now I'm just going to flip everything over and paint the tops brown. So it's going to look pretty good. I do want to mention that I really like this look right here. with the blue on top, blue on bottom, and then this just sanded palette look. Just that whole color scheme to me looks pretty good. But anyway, we're gonna go with brown and make it all the same. And you know, I had some overspill over there from I had the benches up on top to paint it, but you know, it'll be all right. I apologize for the wind on the microphone, but here it is done. I painted the tops brown and put one coat of polyurethane on them, just to give some protection from the latex paint. That way the paint doesn't rub off on paper or whatnot, but they turned out pretty well. And it's a beautiful day outside, so I figured I would bring them out on the porch and polyurethane them out here. But yeah, they turned out well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out the website if you like what you see, like and subscribe, and you guys have a great day.